Alright, folks. This is a continuance of the previous video because I was talking so much about basically what I plan on doing after being a retard. This video just got way too long, like my dick. Anyway, I'm going to continue talking about how I want to travel. I'm done with high school, but it's like I have no interest, no desire to go to college because I don't see any point in it. Like, the way I see it, knowing my luck, I've heard too many bad stories. Like, I don't feel like getting myself into tens of thousands of student loan debt. And then there might be a good chance that I'm still not going to be able to find a good job after I spend several years in college anyway. It just feels pointless. So then I'm going to wind up just continuing to do the same damn jobs that I've already been doing anyway, just to pay off the damn debt. So then I'm going to be struggling financially even more because I'm just going to have more fucking bills to deal with. So that's why some people, some people think college is important. Some people don't. Well, I feel like I'm one of those people that I just don't see any point in college. It's a waste of fucking time. It's more debt. The only way I would even consider it is if I could go to some private school or some tech school or something like that. And, it could be some sort of school that could pretty much set me up with a career, related to the classes I was taking. Something that can guarantee that I'm going to be set up with a damn good paying job that I'm going to love afterwards. And the chances of that happening are kind of rare, especially where I live. Everyone travels to Arizona to go to ASU or to go to NAU. Everyone is coming out of, from other states, even other countries, just to go to these schools. And that's what pisses me off. Like, so many people that I used to meet, especially people that I would meet online in Arizona, everyone is a fucking traveler. Like, everyone is just visiting, or they're just here for school. It's like a tourist trap here. Like, what the hell? I hardly ever meet any people that are native to Arizona. It's getting really annoying. That's another reason why I don't bother with online dating anymore, because first off, there's way too many ugly fat chicks. I mean, I'm not trying to sound like a piece of shit saying that. I'm just being brutally honest. There's no good looking girls on there at all, and they're all boring and basic and bland as shit. Like, they have the crappiest, most boring personality ever. They always end up being bitches. Like, they're just on there to boost their ego, and they're just on there to fuck with people. They're not even on there to date anyone. But another thing that I've noticed that really annoys me is that, like, 80% of the people that I would talk to on those things are always saying, like, oh, they just moved here. Oh, they're just here for school. Oh, whatever. Like, they just recently moved here. They're not from Arizona. Especially, like, when they're always, all these chicks are bugging me to, like, exchange numbers. And it's like, what the fuck is I'm almost tempted to ask them, like, what the fuck is the point in exchanging numbers when you're just gonna ghost for no reason after a couple of days? Like, here I am just trying to have a normal conversation, trying to get to know your bitch ass, and you're just gonna be a piece of shit and ghost for no reason. It's like, what the fuck? You're the one that wanted to exchange numbers. Like, really, bitch? Like, that's why I don't ever, like, if I were to use a dating app, the only thing I would ever use is Facebook, because, like, Facebook is just infused into every phone in existence. It's annoying. It's like herpes, for fuck's sake. It's everywhere. So I figure, since it's already part of Facebook, and, Facebook is kind of on every phone in existence pretty much, and the dating part of Facebook is gonna be there whether I want it to be or not. It's like, okay, fuck it, might as well use it. So I made a stupid dating profile on Facebook. I put up a couple pictures of me on my motorcycles and whatnot, and I wind up getting like 50 fucking matches a week. And not, every single person that I would talk to on there doesn't even want to date. They don't want a relationship. They're just on there for money, or they're on there to find, like, someone to have a threesome with their husband or something. Like, are you fucking serious? Or, they're on there just to chit chat or something. It's like, what the fuck? Like, and then it's like, I tell them flat out right away, like, what my intentions are. Like, hey, I'm looking for, like, someone I can start out as friends, and, eventually I would like a relationship if we can get along and we like each other. I tell that usually, like, right away. Like, within the first couple messages, I tell them what I want, because I'm not the kind of person that likes to waste my time. They always say they want the same thing when, red flag, they are full of shit. They are full of shit. because they always say they want the same thing. 99% of the time, they are full of shit. They either end up just wanting money, or they want to fucking chuck, or they just ghost for no reason. You know, ghosting, where you basically act like everything's fine, like, oh yeah, you talk to the person, everything's fine, yeah, you act like you're interested, and then you just block them, or you just completely ignore them and you never talk to them again. You don't even give them any warning, no nothing. You just stop talking to them out of the blue. No warning at all. That's what ghosting is. It's really pathetic that has really become a term in this day and age, but apparently in the digital age, ghosting is a extremely common term in the digital age, because people treat each other like disposable objects. You know, it's like, especially when you're on a dating app, for example, and you're just online in general, there's so many people that you have such easy access to on on your phone. You can just like spam through all these people, thousands of people you can message, and then it's like, you can just it's pretty explanatory to why it's so easy for people to just be like, oh, I'm bored of this person, because they're already talking to 100 other people. So then they just block the other person because they're bored of them. And it's like, they're talking to all these other people. It's like, what the fuck? Nobody, like, I've been trying the Facebook dating thing mostly because I'm bored out of my mind, because I can't socialize the normal way anymore. So I've been trying the Facebook dating thing. It's the same bullshit. Nobody wants to date on it. Why even call it dating? Why call it a dating app? Why call it Facebook dating? Nobody wants to date. Nobody wants anything serious. No one wants a relationship. No one wants anything that typically lasts more than a couple of days. What the fuck is the point? It's so annoying and confusing to why they're calling it Facebook dating when, like, maybe 1% of the people on it actually use it for dating purposes. But from my experience, I get a shit ton of matches on there. Like, I'm just overwhelmed with matches, probably because, like, I'm a pretty decent looking dude. I'm skinny and toned. I like motorcycles and working out, so obviously I put up pictures of, like, working out and pictures of me on my motorcycle and shit like that. And I'm 6 foot. So those kind of, having those kind of qualities online is going to get you flooded with matches, because people online are extremely fake and shallow. And believe me, I know that. It's pretty pathetic, but, like, I know that. So I generally get flooded with all these matches. Most of them are fat and ugly. Ugh. But then it's like, okay, I'll bite. I'll talk to them anyway, because I'm bored as fuck. Like, what else is there to do? So I figure I'm not planning on meeting anyone anyway until this pandemic is over. So I figured I'll just chit chat, I'd bite. I'd just be like, talk to them, see what they want, whatever. And, they all end up being bitches. Like, they always lie about everything. The conversations are so boring. Like, a lot of the times I'm putting the majority of the effort into the conversation, and they're always giving short replies. They're talking, they say like 1 or 2 words, or they put in like no interest, like trying to get to know me. I'm the one trying to get to know them, and they show like no interest at all. So then I just end up unmatching them, because it's like, what the fuck am I wasting my time for? And I just don't get it. But the only good part about it is I'm really not missing out on much. Like, sure, nobody wants any sort of like dating on there. It's really not surprising, but the only good thing is I'm not missing out on much. I'm really not, because none of the girls on there are appealing at all anyway. Like, there's, like, out of the past, like, several hundred conversations I've gone through on that thing, I think I've found maybe 3 or 4 girls that were actually attractive and not fat. Like, so as far as online dating goes, I've had nothing but horrible experiences over the past that I've tried it. And with Facebook dating, it's the only sort of online dating that I'm using, just because it's part of Facebook. So fuck it, might as well, whatever. But Facebook dating is literally no different than any other dating app I've used. It's horrible. All the people are all the same on there. They're just swingers and travelers. They're just wanting people to chit chat with. They're just looking for entertainment and people to give them attention or money or to fuck or something. And, they never plan on talking for more than like a day or two. It's just the same bullshit. Like, no, I'm not sure. I think it probably is possible to find a relationship on that kind of thing. It's it seems like it would be pretty damn rare, but I do feel like I'm just being optimistic, but I do feel like it's still possible. But unfortunately, like if you really were to try to find a relationship on an online thing like that, you're gonna have to settle. You really are. You would have to settle because even if you do find someone that wants like a relationship like I would want, it's more than likely not going to be with the same. It's not going to be with the right person. You know, it's probably going to be with someone that's fat and not attractive. Not surprising. We're probably not going to be very compatible in terms of like what we want out of the relationship and all that. Because if I seriously date someone, I take all of that kind of stuff very seriously. Like I have to be somewhat attracted to the person physically. We have to have at least some things in common. We have to have, you know, similar beliefs as far as religion goes. And the chick cannot smoke or do drugs. Fuck no. Like smoking is the most unattractive thing that anyone could ever possibly do. So, and you know, the last person I dated, my last relationship with, you know, Sarah, she was the biggest piece of fucking shit ever. She was a fucking chain smoker, and I'm pretty sure she was an alcoholic too. But the worst part was she smoked cigarettes every damn time we'd go outside. It was disgusting. And yeah, I gave her shit about it almost every time we would go out and she would whip out a cigarette. I would be like, that's fucking gross. Like I would literally flat out say, that is fucking gross. Like, why are you smoking that? Why do you waste money on that shit? It's disgusting. Literally all it does is fuck up your lungs. But you know, that's water under the bridge. I'm really glad that that's over. So fucking, like when she cheated on me and she ended up running off with my coworker, I was more relieved. Like I felt like a huge chunk of stress was lifted off of my shoulders. Like fucking hell. Because like I was practically already talking to other girls at that point anyway. Like I'm not a cheater, don't get me wrong, but I was already just, you know, I was already friends with other girls, getting to know other people, and I was just waiting, like, please fuck off already, because I don't know, I didn't want to break up because I was afraid of being alone. I did not want to be with her. Fuck, I did not want to be with her. She was such a bitch, and I just didn't like her that much. But I was really hesitant to dump her because I just didn't want to be alone. That's the biggest problem. I didn't want to have to like go out and play in the field again and try and find another damn girlfriend. So, you know, that was the biggest part that I was afraid of. So eventually when I found out she was cheating on me and she just ran off with my, you know, my scumbag coworker that didn't even apologize for being a fucking backstabbing bitch. But anyway, when she finally took off, I was not heartbroken at all. Like, I'm being dead serious. I was very relieved. I felt so much less stressed. Like literally you know, when I was at my graveyard shift, back when I was doing graveyard shifts, she took off in the middle of the night and you know, that's apparently when she went and started staying with my coworker. You know, and then I came back in the morning, she wasn't there, and that was the last time I saw her, was the night before I went to work. And then I was like, oh fuck yeah, I can finally sleep. She's gone. Like I was happy. Fucking hell. And then on my next day off, I just immediately started hanging out with some of the other girls I was talking to. Like I didn't start hanging out with them until like she actually left, because everyone cheats nowadays. Cheaters are such a piece of shit. You know, so I don't like cheating. So I didn't start actually seriously seeing other girls until after she like took off. You know, it doesn't seem fair. Like, why do I have to be the good guy? Because good guys always get fucked over. Why not be a fuckboy like everyone else? You understand why fuckboys become fuckboys in the first place, right? Because they go through... Fuckboys used to be a nice boy like me. They used to be good people. But they keep dealing with the same crap that I have to deal with. They keep wasting their time and emotional energy with all of the wrong people. You know, people that just treat them like dirt. People that cheat on them and, you know, they're not loyal. So they get to the point of where they just don't really feel emotions very much anymore. They don't get attached. And that's when they turn into fuckboys and whatnot. They start cheating whenever they get with someone else. They cheat on that person. It's contagious. You know, being a fuckboy or a fuckgirl, whatever you want to call it, it's contagious. When you're around those kind of people enough, you wind up turning into them because you just start going numb and you just don't care anymore. And that's kind of how I feel, even though I still don't like to cheat, because I don't like to stoop down to their level. If I don't like someone, then I'm not going to be with them. I would just tell them, like, this isn't working out. Let's go our separate ways. And then after that, sure, I'm going to go off and talk to other girls again. So that's why after Sarah left, that's when, like, I actually started interacting with other girls face to face again. Otherwise, before it was just, texting and talking online and whatnot. But literally, after she left, the very next day that I had off, I immediately started, hitting up some of my chick friends. I was like, hey, we should hang out sometime. Let's go do something. So, like, I took them out to get some drinks or whatever, or we would go to this place, or we'd go to a park or something, whatever. I don't care what we do. It's not what you do. It's, because the important part is, do you enjoy being with this person? Does this person make you happy? Do you have fun with this person? That's what matters the most. Otherwise, what you do really doesn't matter. I mean, you could take your girl to like this fancy 5-star restaurant where the soup is $30, or you could just take her to fucking Taco Bell. It doesn't matter. I've had past relationships where I did both. We would go out to a nice restaurant, or we'd go to Del Taco, or we'd go to Taco Bell or McDonald's or something like that. We would have the same experience regardless of where we would go. We would have fun, we'd be happy, we'd be just being stupid and laughing and just making out in public and shit. So that's why, if you're with someone that's gonna, and this mostly applies to girls because they always expect, it's always a sexist thing, like the dudes are always obligated to provide the money and do everything for the chick, and the chick is just, the only responsibility the chick has is to just sit there and look good. Like, really, bitch? I am for gender equality, equal rights, equal fights. So, like, if a chick is gonna swing at me, I'm gonna swing the fuck back. I'm just saying. I don't give a fuck if the judge takes the girl's side. I'm just gonna tell my story. This chick was literally attacking me and punching me in the face. I was defending myself. I don't care if it's a girl or a guy. If you are attacking me, you are gonna get knocked the fuck out. I'm just saying. I don't, like, call me a pussy for, like, attacking a girl, but if a girl attacks me, I'm gonna fight back. I'm just saying. But yeah, like, if you have the kind of relationship where the girl makes a big deal out of where you're taking her, like if you're taking her to just a regular place to eat and she's like, why aren't you taking me to this overpriced restaurant? Why are you taking me here, you cheapskate? You really need to rethink your relationship. You should probably find someone else, because it just shows that this chick that you're with is just after your money. She's just after freebies. She's just after someone to take care of her because she's too lazy and stupid and pathetic to support herself. Because, that's the thing that really attracts me to a girl, is independence. I like the kind of girl, I like women, okay? Like, to be specific, I like women. I don't like girls. There's a big difference between women and girls. Women are mature, they're responsible, they're independent. A woman is the kind of person that will split the bill 50-50 if you go out to dinner. A woman doesn't cheat. A woman basically puts her half of the effort into, the relationship if you're dating and all that. A girl, on the other hand, is the one that's immature, expects you to pay for everything, expects you to do literally everything, and she does nothing, and she ends up cheating in the end and running off with someone else. That is what I call a girl. I'm not into little girls, I'm into women. So that's why, if you take your significant other out somewhere, it really should not matter where it is. The important part is you got to be able to enjoy each other's company. You got to be able to have a good time just being together. That is the ultimate first thing that you need to take in mind. If you don't have a good time, like, being with your significant other, then you probably shouldn't be with them. Like, if you really have to go to a super fancy expensive restaurant or a super expensive place, and you got to always be spending fucking money all the time just to have just to be able to have a good time, then, at least from my point of view, it seems kind of like a dead-end relationship. It seems kind of fake. Because, the best way to determine if it's a real relationship or not is, none of that stuff should matter. Money shouldn't matter. Everything should be 50-50. I mean, shit, everything should be 100-100. You should both be putting in 100% effort. Why am I even saying 50-50? You should both be putting in 100% effort. Split the bill. Or it's like, if you want to go somewhere, you should both be driving. Like, the first time you go out, the chick should drive. Second time you go out, the dude should drive. You should all be doing your part. And there's so many relationships out there where it's not like that, because it's so fucking, so much sexism. There's It's so retarded. It's like there's so many chicks out there that just expect the guy to do fucking everything, and then they expect gender equality. They expect to be treated the same as guys. Like, it's just so contradicting. It's so ironic. This makes no sense. And you know what? This video is just once again getting long enough. So go look for more videos, and I hope you enjoyed this vlog, even though you probably stopped listening after the first like 2 or 3 minutes, but I don't really give a shit. I hope you enjoyed the first however long you watched this video for. Anyway, I'm talking too much and I'm spacing off now. Stay tuned for more videos. See you, folks.